Hey guys, Jacob here, founder of JMB Financial Services, and today I actually want to go through asset classes and how they work. Let me ask you a question quick here. Have you ever been told that the IRA and 401k is the best way for you to save for retirement? Well, I'm actually going to show you a more advanced way to save for retirement that's actually about 100 times better than your IRA and 401k. But once you see it and understand the concepts of it, you'll understand how to optimize your assets throughout your lifetime to be able to create wealth that you probably never thought of before. So I'm going to go through a few different asset classes, okay? So the first one I'm going to go through is like your savings account and how it works. I'm going to go through your home and home equity and how it works. And I'm going to talk about this third asset class that actually has tax-deferred growth with tax-free income stream in retirement. So let's look at your let's look at your savings account for a second. This is an asset class. And let's say you're making 1% of your savings. You're going to have $100,000 in savings. So you're going to make about $1,000 a year in interest. And then let's talk about your home for a second, home equity and how it works. So this is home equity. Home equity is if you owe $300,000, it's worth $500,000. The difference between those two is what's called your home equity. So if you make 5% on your house, you're making 5% on the worth of the house. So it goes from 500 one year to 525 the next year, and so on and so on and so on. It doesn't matter if this money's sitting there, if it's sitting somewhere else. Your house is going to appreciate off of this right here. Okay? So don't forget that. So now I'm going to talk about, I've heard this misconception a few times, is that someone said, I'm going to take $100,000, I'm going to put it as a down payment on my house, because if my house is making 5%, they think they're going to make 5% on this $100,000. That's not how it works. What you actually did was you would wiped out this asset. This asset was making $1,000 for you. No, it's not. This $25,000 asset's still going to make $25,000 for you. Doesn't matter how much money's in there or not, or it's somewhere else. It's going to make the same amount of money no matter what. So you actually wiped out $1,000 of interest that you could have made that next year, and so on and so forth. So you're actually compounding the problem. 30 years, it's $30,000+ you lost out on. Now let's talk about home equity for a second. And if you could actually pull this equity out of your home and put it somewhere safe that was growing for you, and I use 7% as the rate of return on this savings account because that's very conservative. It's actually doing a lot better than that. But I want to show you kind of the worst case scenario, or the least case scenario of what is potentially could happen. So if you get $150,000 out of your home equity and you could move it over here, making 7%, you'd make $10,500 in interest on the first year. So people will say, well, I know, but I'm going to have an extra payment on $150,000 I borrowed from the bank. You're absolutely right. So let's look at the numbers in that real quick. So if you borrow $150,000 out on a 30-year fixed at 4.5% today. Today is July 28th, I believe. Yeah, July 28th. And so your payment would go up $760 a month, or $9,120 a year. It's really not that bad, because what happens is Uncle Sam says, okay, the interest you paid year one is $6,750 that you paid to the bank. And the government says, you know what, since you're so nice to borrow this money from the bank and pay them this interest, you actually get a tax deduction. That $6,750 comes right off the top of your tax account. So if you made $100,000, let's keep this real simple. If you made $96,750, $6,750 comes off top, you made $90,000. They base your taxes off of that minus your other deductions. So in 25% tax bracket, your tax savings is $1,687.50. So realistically, you're not paying $91.20, you're paying $74.32.50. This minus this equals this. So year one, you're positive $3,000 in your investment strategy. This is how you optimize all your assets, and this is what I call badass wealth accumulation. Because there's many different assets you could be utilizing the same exact way. You could be utilizing your rental properties the same way. The same concept applies for rental properties as well. And here's the key, and let's talk about the tax code when it comes to this. The tax code when it comes to this asset class, which is managed by an insurance company, there are three codes you have to worry about. 72E, 101A, and 7702. This is how you can actually get access to your gains in your policy tax-free, how it accumulates tax-free. Well, I said tax-deferred, but it comes out tax-free when you do it right. And you really want to deal with someone like me that understands these codes, because 99% of all the financial services industry has no concept of it. And the people that do, very few and I put it together correctly. And I went through special training to be able to do this. So when I teach people, the CPAs, about this, they kind of like me a lot. Because I help their customers save their money in taxes. And that's really what a tax preparer should be, is trying to figure out how to help their clients save money in taxes. Even though they can't really do that per the law. So let's take a step back for a second. I want to talk about kind of how this strategy works, so you can kind of see why you might want to implement it in your own saving strategy. So here's the stock market. You know, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But it's always doing these peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys, peaks and valleys. And they kind of relate to, you know, walking up the stairs with a yo-yo. This is how I've heard about it many years ago. The stock market's like walking up the stairs with a yo-yo. You walk up the stairs, it's always going up, but it always has these peaks and valleys. It's going up, down, up, down, up, down, but it's always progressing up. What they never talked about was when it starts going down, which is what we've seen over the last 10 years, where, you know, it goes up and then it starts going down the same way. It's like walking down the stairs with a yo-yo. How would you not like to have any of this, but be able to get all the upside potential? This is what we implement for our clients. Never take a loss in the market. Okay, the market goes down 50%, you don't lose anything. But you get to lock in at that low point and catch it right back up. Market's going up, great, you still get the same thing. It looks more like this. And then it takes a dive, it stagnates a couple of years and then goes back up. Or you could do this. Here's the key, guys. Long-term wealth accumulation isn't a matter about where you put your money necessarily. It's about having your money somewhere safe in case a downturn hits. Let's say the housing market. You have all your money in a safe environment that looks like this and doesn't look like this. Because when the stock market, or when the housing market crashed, the stock market crashed as well at the same time. It doesn't usually happen like that, but this time it did. Well, now you have safe, secure money that you can say, okay, now I can take from my safe, secure place and buy this low spot and then catch the ride back up while your money's still working for you. It's pretty cool. That's the key. True wealth comes from taking hard luck and making it into good luck for yourself. Or taking a downturn and utilizing that downturn to catch the wave back up. That's how you really create wealth, guys. So I hope you got something out of this. I'm actually doing free consultations. I'll look at all your assets, kind of see what's going on, see what your plans are, what your goals are. And if you have a business, I can show you some different ways to save money in your business. I can show you some different ways to leverage your business correctly to make sure something just like this, but with your business. If you want to make sure you maintain your employees or keep them happy, your employees would much rather see something like this than something like this, wouldn't you agree? Because when this happens, no one's happy. I've heard people say, it's just a paper loss. I don't care if it's a paper loss or not. You're still not happy about it. Wouldn't you be a lot happier if you never lost the money and got gains up to a cap of, say, 18, 19, 20%? Some of the strategies have no caps. They go up 100%. You just got to wait 5 years to get it. This is a yearly thing. Like you do every 2 years, you do 5 years. It depends what you're trying to accomplish. And that's what I come to do. I come to you, figure out what's going on, and help you accomplish your goals. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm booking a free, complimentary 1-hour appointment. It's a $200 value, free for a limited time. All you gotta do is click the link below, or go to booknow.jacobproulx.com. That's booknow.jacobproulx.com. Book your appointment. Let's talk. Look forward to working with you. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.